Today we are talking about 3 ways to improve the audio in your wedding film. When it comes to creating a wedding film, it's extremely important to always get good quality audio, specifically the speaking moments of the wedding day. So the first tip that I have is always have redundancies. That means you need to have multiple sources of audio for every single speaking moment that is going to happen in the day. For example, for speeches at the reception, I always have at least 3 sources of audio. I have a lav mic on each person speaking, I have a direct feed, sometimes 2, from the DJ, and I have a backup mic attached to the actual handheld mic. That does 2 things. It's a third redundancy, but it also is able to pick up additional speeches that may happen that weren't scheduled. All right, tip 2. This one comes in when you are actually sitting down to edit your film. You always want to use a compressor and a limiter for all of the speaking moments in your film. The compressor will solidify all those speaking moments and help to make it more professional sounding. What the limiter does is sets a decibel range that you pick so that all of the speaking moments are at the same decibel level. This ultimately makes everything sound just more cohesive and precise and professional. All right, tip 3. This one is only necessary when it's necessary, but when you need it, it plays a huge role. And I'm talking about the new Adobe AI speech enhancer. In any given wedding day, we can't control the environment all the time. So sometimes, no matter how many redundancies you have, the environment kind of affects the recording you get in a negative way. For example, the wind's blowing really bad and they are really set on doing a letter reading or first look or something outside, your mic is inevitably going to pick up that noise. Thankfully, with Adobe Speech Enhancer, you can put that audio into the speech enhancer and it comes out sounding like it was recorded in a studio. Here's the caveat. It works too well sometimes. So that means that you take audio that was recorded outside in a very natural setting, now it all of a sudden sounds like it was recorded in a studio, and it does not feel natural that way. So when you do that and you use the Adobe Speech Enhancer, I would always recommend also EQing and adding a little bit of reverb just to kind of make it more natural. When you pair that with the music that's behind it, it'll sound amazing. All right, I know I said 3 tips, but here's a bonus tip, redundancies. But Alex, didn't you already say that? Curious, isn't it? Okay, for real though, redundancies save lives. And I made that the bonus tip as well because of how important it is. When you have an event like a wedding, you just don't get redos. So you wanna be fully prepared for every single thing that's going to happen that day. I would always recommend at least 2, ideally 3 or more, audio sources for every single moment that you will get that day. So I hope these tips helped. If you have any questions or tips of your own, comment them below. Also, I have linked the Adobe AI Speech Enhancer link in case you wanna try using that. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't, and I will see you next time.